in the top job for 10 years, longer than any of her predecessors, marked by a fair share of controversy. Helen Zille has 2 pending court challenges against Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane. She was found to have breached the Code of Ethics by helping her son borrow tablets from the province's education department for extra maths classes to disadvantaged matric students. Mkhwebane also found tweets Zille posted about colonialism after a trip to Singapore had the potential to fuel racial tensions. Zille was forced by the DA to apologize and banished from party activity. She says she was deliberately misinterpreted.
I said the legacy of colonialism was not only negative, and this is a lesson I had learnt in Singapore, how they took the negative, the positive, the neutral aspects, discarded the negative, but built on the positive, so that in 2 generations, everyone had been taken out of poverty in that country. That was one of the critical lessons I learnt, and I shared it.
It's not the only comment that has sparked outrage. She also raised the ire of many when she referred to Eastern Cape children looking to attend school in the Western Cape as refugees. She apologized for the description, but says the point she was trying to make was missed in a province that has grown by more than 30% since she took office.
It is impossible, if people choose to move somewhere else, to have the context ready and waiting for them. We're always going to be playing catch-up in the context of rapid urbanization of very poor people and very low growth in our middle-class tax and rates-paying base. And that is a huge, huge crisis. We're at the edge of a fiscal cliff on that issue.
Zille believes much of what she's posted on social media has been manipulated by media campaigns run by algorithms, something she says she plans to write about in her next book.
The fact that everybody twists what I said, and it's willful. They know that's not what I said. It's willful. It's part of the political game. And what I find as pitiful is that so many analysts play along with it.
But for Zille, politics is not a popularity contest, and being vilified for her sometimes controversial viewpoints is something she takes in her stride.
When I first analysed state capture and what was going on under the veneer of BEE many years ago, I was criticised. Oh, you racist, this and that. Now it's common cause. There have got to be people up front saying things that other people don't want to hear in society. And you're going to be controversial, so be it. In politics, your job is not to be liked. Your job is to try and understand the truth and have the courage to speak it.
In January, Zille was again at odds with her own party's views when she suggested people boycott paying taxes if those implicated at the state capture inquiry are not speedily prosecuted.
Jacob Zuma was on a tax revolt through his whole term. All of these people who've been corrupted by Bosasa, you can absolutely be sure, did not pay tax on that money. Where is accountability in the system? Someone's got to stand up and say it, and I don't mind if it's me.
But the former DA leader says it's for generations to come to judge whether she served the province with distinction.
I certainly think we did. We set ourselves key goals. Most of those were focused on creating better opportunities for young people, and we did the very best we could with the resources we had to make this transition.
Whatever the consequences have been for her controversial utterances, Zille says she bears no grudges, neither against individuals nor her own party.
I don't regret any of the controversies I've been in. I have tried to stand up for points of view that I believe are important to be debated and facts that I think are important to be analysed. And if they're controversial, so be it.
She also laughs off criticism that she's a racist.
You know, people who call me a racist are totally clueless of who I am and what my history is. And it's just a label. People throw that label around. It's become totally meaningless, which is not helping the debate on the real racism that exists in our society.
So too does she fob off any idea that she's been sidelined by the DA.
I don't try to be the leader from the sidelines or from the back. The only thing the ANC has left is race. And so they have to try and pretend that we're a white party. And so I have to remain the convenient white devil that's allegedly pulling the strings behind the scenes. Nothing could be further from the truth.
While she will have no official role in the party after this election, nor is she destined for continued political office, she says she's playing an active role on the campaign trail, especially in her constituency of Knysna. Zille says even after she stepped down as Premier, she will work in whatever capacity she can to contribute to her party's growth.
We have to win. If we lose the Western Cape, we will go back 20 years, and I'm talking about the whole of South Africa. It would be a disaster for democracy. So we have to win, and I think most sensible Democrats understand why.
But the DA is trying to win back the Western Cape, having suffered significant reputational damage over its protracted battle to boot Patricia de Lille out of the Cape Town mayoral office. Zille facilitated the merger with de Lille's Independent Democrats back in 2010, but she doesn't want to be drawn on the party's handling of the very public spat.
All I do know is that there is only one way you can get rid of a sitting mayor, and that is through a vote of no confidence, according to our law. And if you can't get it right, then you've got to try again, if that's what the party wants to do. But you can't hound someone out of office because you failed to get a vote of no confidence. That's all I'm saying on that subject.
She says while the pair always supported each other during their difficult personal battles, her and de Lille didn't always see eye to eye, including over the province's water crisis.
But that is what happens. Not everyone agrees. That is what open debate is for, and that is how you get to a better resolution. So we never had a system of enmity when we disagreed. We just had different views on how to solve things.
So what does the future hold for Zille? While unlikely to return to a leadership role within the DA, Zille says she's not averse to a governance position.
I will work. At what, I don't know. There are a number of options in the pipeline. I'll see what firms up and which option I will take. But work, I will.
For those hoping Zille will retire from tweeting, she's ruled that out too. She says she believes in free speech, and she won't be giving in to the haters who can't stomach much needed debate and diverse opinions. Lindsay Dentlinger, Cape Town.